Greetings. When I see that, Pisces, these people want to copy your energy because they are faceless and whatever. You got to think I really don't care. It's energy that affects them in ways they don't understand. The more they try to copy it, wouldn't that be like the more I can call back? I didn't give them consent to siphon or copy my energy. So what happens when I call it back? I guess they learn the hard way. I don't know. That's what Pisces Kingdom was talking about. Reflecting, taking a pause and reflecting. I thought, well, if we've got a Pisces out there with a powerful aura, chances are it's probably the inner awakening of an INFJ. So, and if it's a Pisces sun, well, that's a sunlight awakening. Having so much fun with this. Anyway, that comes with the territory. You stay on the path. You can't worry about that. What's going to be the end result of that? Oh, well, this is imitation. These are knockoff Gucci's. It's just a knockoff Gucci. Simple enough. These are Weebox. These are Weebox. These are Mikey's. These are Mikey's Just Do It. It's just what it is. And Mikey. He'll do anything. He'll eat anything. Anyway. Let's do some stranger things, shall we? That's what it is. You're talking about people. That was what happened with the last group. So you're talking about people that are basically insane, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. All they're doing is the same thing the last group did. The group that's in your cards, that's got all the karma and all the problems, well, yeah, that's what the new group is doing. Oh, God, something to copy, something to siphon. And then they're going to do the same thing that they did. They do this every lifetime. They do this every lifetime. Oh, nickel that was in my eye. They do this every lifetime. It's simple enough. So if you know what they're going to do, why would you expect anything more or less out of them? They do the same thing every lifetime. Simple enough. They get a hold of knowledge that they're not supposed to have, and they abuse it to the best of their ability. Okay, great. That shit boomerangs right back to them. Congratulations. God got us all that is. Angels, archangels, ascended masters, the divine white light has to be a clear and infinite channel for your wisdom at this time, for myself as well as those I do readings for. Namaste. So it is. When other readers tell you that energy is returning, well, that's what it's doing. And that's why, Pisces, it's time to reflect and pause, because things are getting cleared out and we're stepping into the unknown. Well, yeah, stepping into the unknown would be, they had every chance to let love, light, and truth set them free while we neutralize the karma. The karma they tried to attach to us is going back to them multiplied. So and then we'll be able to see what they've done. Everybody's doing stuff to Pisces. Okay, well, great. Now you'll be able to look at them, see what they're going through, and know what they wanted for someone else. It's God force mirror karma. Simple enough. I put it in the comments. I'm not going to keep copying and pasting the information that I find. That's what it is. It's time for people to find their own information. Thank you, Spirit. Simple enough. If they wanted natural disasters to happen on the path of something that we were doing with the divine light, well, the divine is going to return natural disasters to them and all involved. And I would assume all involved is everyone around them. It's simple enough. You've got somebody activating the eye of Ra. Okay, great. That's the eye of the storm. So Pisces is protected, and stay on the path, Pisces. Everything else is none of your concern. You're right. When I hear someone say that, thank you, Spirit. That's my lesson to learn. So it is deep empathy, intuition, knowing how to help them and not being able to. Simple enough. If I know, because you're talking about the narcissist empath paradigm, when a narcissist is needed, they run from you. We have to learn how to stand our ground, stand 10 toes down on business, tell them no, that's your karma. I can't take your karma. I'm sorry. Simple. I neutralize my karma. Are you having problems with karma? Yeah. Okay. Well, I neutralized mine, so now you have to do the work. You can't depend on others. Simple, and it sucks, doesn't it? It's just what it is. Thank you, Spirit. Because I mean, you got to think that's what got us in this position, was helping people. You can't help these people. Simple enough. And now, confirmation. Now that we're like the only ones that can help them. Pisces, how did you neutralize your karma? I did the work. You will have to do the work. Simple enough. Thank you, Spirit. I don't consent to anyone copying or doing the same shit the last group did that got them in the position that they're in. But people make their own choices, and then they find out the hard way, and that's fine. It's always best to find out one way or the other, I guess. There's a positive, there's a silver lining to every one of these people's cloudy visions. Thank you, Spirit. Simple enough. Stranger things have happened. And that's what it is when I hear readers that are like, people are shocked. They've never seen anything like this. Well, yes, no, not this lifetime. They haven't. Right? There's nothing new under the sun. This has been done before, past lives. Simple enough. Why do we have that gap in my shit personally? Because the master becomes the servant, and then the servant becomes the master, and you're dealing with interdimensional beings. Simple enough. Thank you, Spirit. Simple enough. There's levels to this reincarnation shit. Simple enough. Do. Thank you, Spirit. And yes, I mean, we're at the point now to where that's going to be the aspect of the divine protection. What they want for another is what they want for themselves. That's a two-way street, positive or negative. They want something negative for another, it will go back on them tenfold. They want something positive for another, it will go back on them tenfold. They're dealing with energy that affects them in ways they don't understand. But it's 2,500 years old. It's not like I'm just bringing something new to America. Daisy, it's like 6 a.m. She sits at the door waiting for kitty cats to crawl across the patio, and it's just a kitty cat crawling across the patio, but she barks really loud. Holy Spirit. Simple enough. Simple enough. So yeah, I mean, you know, I don't have to look outside of myself for light that triggers their demons. When you've got multiple readers saying that, okay, great. Where are the other light workers with a platform? Thank you, Spirit. Where is that energy that affects people in ways they don't understand that has hijacked Tarot land? Simple enough. Right? When a reader says nobody is safe, where do we all fit in nobody is safe? Except for those that are divinely protected. Okay, great. That's what it is. You just gotta watch the company you keep. This is simple enough. Simple enough. I can't do anything about that. Confirmation. Yeah. It's just what it is. Thank you, Spirit. when I hear the energy of millionaires and billionaires fist fighting because what they did in the dark is coming into the light, they're in a state of fear. Okay, great. That's hell. That's the vibration of hell. Thank you, Spirit. So the vibration of hell. If you look at the graph of the planes of light in my community page, it's pretty specific. That's what it is. It'll tell you where your frequency is at, what reality you're going to be experiencing, and they want nothing more than to bring someone that's into the enlightened state down. Don't let anyone affect your peace. Certainly don't let them affect your enlightenment or your connection with the divine. That's dumb. That's the dumbest shit ever. Will they try? Demons can only pull you down if they're beneath you. So that's what it is. Thank you, Spirit. If you let them pull you down, then you let someone beneath you. Pisces, don't let them steal your spot. When you hear a reader say that, that means demons can only pull you down if they're beneath you. Don't let them steal your spot. Don't let them pull you down where misery loves company. Thank you, Spirit. Does that mean they're not going to try? Well, yeah, you're talking about people that now have no spiritual protection and nothing else to lose. Simple enough. But I've got billions of dollars. Yeah, but a man can make $1 zillion. Eat one baby, and someone's going to be mad about that shit. Simple enough. INFJ dark humor is not for the faint of heart. Simple enough. Cards in the upright. Yeah, cool. Did you see that whoop-de-doo? Did you see that Uno reverse card? What's the focus on the situation? Yeah, the tower. Tower is upside down. The tower for a Sunday. That's what it is. We're reversing our own energy. Simple enough. Generally back to us. If they've been siphoning our energy and we're calling it back, what does that tell you? I mean, when I hear Chicago yesterday saying energy vampires, blah, 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 these timelines, something's wrong with these timelines. What does that tell you? That tells you that individuals that did not care who they hurt built timelines with energy that wasn't theirs. And we said that. That's like walking into someone's house, or actually someone coming into your house, putting all their shit on top of your tablecloth, and then you're getting ready to move. You know what? I'm moving. I'm taking the table. I'm taking the tablecloth. I need you to get your stuff. I mean, did I tell you could put this shit on my table? Look at it's like the tweaker chick coming in with a bag full of goodies and just dumping that shit out on your bed, tweaking out. It's like, I'm ready to go to bed. You pull the covers back and all their shit goes flying everywhere, and then they're mad at you. They're mad at you because this isn't a tweaker spot. 5 of strands, simple enough. Do one light. So I mean, when that's the energy that they wanted someone on a divine path alone, so that they could bring disaster to them, and then they find out they are protected in the eye of the storm, where it's calm and peaceful. Okay, great. What does that mean? That means they wanted you alone so they could bring natural disaster. Okay, cool. Then that means the entire group gets to be together in what they wanted for another. Look at that. Awareness. Confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. It's what it is. It's what it is. So we got the 5 of dice is upside down. If you look at this card, I'll flip it up right for you. See the zombie apocalypse. you've got the AK, the 12. You know, you've got the axe, the baseball bat. Yeah, it's just what it is. Sitting up on the workhorse. It's what it is. Their work has been turned upside down. The disasters they wanted for another is now returning to them. Cool, that's a them problem. That's not a me problem. That's yeah. 5 spokes. Simple enough. Right? You're going, and that's what we need to be. This is you're going to be your remember card. You got to remember that people are basically, you know, they're still running away. They're still riding off with the sun to the right. The sun's in the right. When you look at that, yeah, the sun's in the right on this situation, and they have a dark cloud over top of them. That energy has to return somewhere. So karma has no address. It doesn't matter where they go. They're going to feel like they have a dark cloud over top of them. I can't do anything about that. They're the energy that you guys aren't even supposed to know about is now going to be returning to these people, and they're going to play the victim. Oh God, look what the sun is doing to me. Well, the sun illuminates. The sun cleanses. How can the sun be up in the right and you still have darkness all around you? Simple enough. I can't do anything about that. Yeah, what do we need to remember? I'm sorry. What do we need to explore? This guy, Argyle, the pizza delivery guy in the Upside Down. Simple enough. So, you guys ever seen Meet the Millers? Right. Keep in mind, most of this karma has been enacted by people that Scotty P with no regrets. Simple enough. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. When you've got a community under judgment and they find out it's due to this guy being in the Upside Down, Scotty P. Simple enough. The tower in the Upside Down position is. It's what it is. I mean, that expect the unexpected. Simple enough. And I fully agree. When I see that clickbait, I really don't even have to dig too deep into the energy. Pisces, stay on the path. Everything outside of the path doesn't concern you. I agree. I agree 100%. Monsters in the woods and simple enough. Because you have to think what these individuals have normally been able to do to others. On me, it didn't work. I practiced 2,500-year-old healing modality, and I'm working with angels through the Dolores Cannon techniques. Simple enough. Simple enough. So when you've got that energy in the cards of Mystic Nine, she said, do you see all these angels around the sun? This shit ain't safe. No, it's not. These people need to find something safe to do. The tower in the Upside Down position. However, I can't run safety meetings every day for people that are not a concern for my path or anyone else's. We all know what happened to the people who denied the existence of beings like the Demogorgon. They were wrong, and they weren't around for much longer. Rejecting change isn't going to prevent it from coming. It will just leave you feeling powerless and frustrated. Stop fighting the inevitable and instead focus your energies on updating your worldview. So, I hear these witches summoned a djinn and now it's going back on all of them. Simple enough. It's just what it is. Everything the dark can do, the light can do too. Simple enough. What can the light do? Win. The light always wins in the end. The Five of Strands. What we've been telling them. You got to step into the light. And you got to think. That's the number one thing that people don't. They want to be fake. They want to be false. They want to get over on you. They're products of their environment. They like the hustle. They like the adrenaline rush that comes from getting. They don't care about the consequences. I've dealt with them my entire life. I know exactly how they think. Pisces, you know how to read people. I know exactly how they think. Five of Strands in the upright. The Five of Strands is like navigating Mirkwood Forest with a dim flashlight. No matter how hard you try to find your way, you're surrounded by shadows and illusion, throwing you off course. Although you may feel lost, remember that all you need is clarity. What is the source of your current conflict? Are you trying to solve the right problem? As tricky as this card can be, it does indicate a great payoff if things can be resolved now. It's just a matter of deciding whether you think it's worth it. It's what I mean. I'm not sure where I hid that 6-foot Pleiadian Master's Diamond light Merkaba, but it's what it is. We don't have a such thing as a Commissioner Gordon. You wouldn't have millionaires and billionaires in the energy of fist fighting right now. You wouldn't have Elon Musk in the vibration of fear of AI. He's in AI hell right now. Simple enough. All his content, the fears of AI. People must be careful. Blah, 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 blah. Right, I understand that. Because everything they do, they forget the main element. God. They're playing God in people's lives. They're trying to create a singularity. They're not even in touch with God themselves, trying to create AI gods. What do you think they're going to end up with? Something that supersedes them. The Antichrist consciousness. Artificial intelligence? Oh, what? The Antichrist consciousness? People will worship the Antichrist in flesh and blood. Okay, what does that mean? That means everyone that is programmed by that shit is going to be Antichrist consciousness. Okay, great. And this is only for the people that are my age or older. Maybe a little younger. Around my age. So, and I don't look my age. So I look much older than what I am. I hear there's an ancient soul on your planet. Is that true? Old soul doesn't mean anything except a slow learner. Thank you, Dolores Cannon. So if you've got a memory when you were in the first grade, it's the one I like to go to when I'm talking with my clients. The first grade, you could remember every student in the class's phone number. Now, due to the smartphone, go ahead and show people your intelligence level. Like the video if you can remember more than your own phone number. Simple enough. You've got it, and you can ask people all the time. Right? The minute someone talks about how much they love someone, right? I love this person. I talk to him all the time. What's that person's phone number? If you needed to contact that person you love so much in an emergency, what is their phone number? And you will be amazed how many times they're stumped because they have given their power away. They have given their intelligence away. And I'm guilty of it too. I'm not calling anyone. We're all guilty of that dumb shit. And if you're not, fucking Jim Quick, I doubt he has that problem. But he's also the boy with the broken brain that ended up the Mind Valley author of Superbrain. So Jim Quick, his gimmick for his talks, his book, he comes in for a talk right before he gets on stage. He walks around, "Hi, my name's Jim. What's your name? Hi, my name's Jim. What's your name? Hi, my name's Jim. What's your name?" And then gets up on stage and in order calls back 100 people's names in order. In the order he introduced himself. And points them out of the crowd. "Hey, where's Jim? Where's Dave? Hey, Bob, Susie." Points them out. And then goes into his spill about his technique for memory. The 5 of dice. I hear these snakes roll the dice and crapped out. Is that true? Is that true? That's what it is. Every time I hear a reader say, they took a gamble, I think, yeah, they crapped out. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. They got the old snake eyes. It's okay. No, we're looking for dice. That one's next. We'll hold the space then. We'll hold space for that one. The 5 of dice in the upside down position. Does everyone have their zombie apocalypse tools ready? When upside down, this card finds you exhausted from fighting. Your communication skills have been pushed to their limits, and still, there doesn't seem to be an end in sight. At this point, you should do whatever is necessary to encourage resolution. Lead by example, initiate compromise, and help the dust settle. Let's see. At this point, you should do what is ever necessary to encourage resolution. Well, I hear there's an entire community enraged about the karma that they're going to be receiving. That brings resolution and lead by example. Well, did they neutralize their karma? I mean, Pisces obviously showed them how to do that. Initiate compromise. It's what it is. Simple enough. I'm more than welcome to compromise with, what's mine is mine and what's theirs is theirs. Simple enough. I'm calling my energy back. So, by not giving people consent to imitate or copy the energy that caused this last group the problems that they're running into. But it's what it is. People are people. They're going, oh, well, maybe it'll work for me. Maybe it'll work for me. It's just what it is. Okay, cool. I'll compromise with that. Simple enough. We'll see you end up just like they did and help the dust settle. I hear there were some individuals that were betting against Pisces, huh? You don't think it's any of the World Series of Poker guys I know, do you? Enjoy. 5 of spokes in the upright position. You may have just woken up battered and bruised in the back of a car being driven by a 13-year-old girl. So, how many bodies did they find in the Houston pond here? Like 20 something? And then you have a reader from New York last night who keeps sending demons to the sun. This shit ain't safe. Okay. Let me ask you something. What is necromancy? Why would they need to manipulate the dead to start an army like that? How do they get the entities that they control and send to people? You have to get that soul from somewhere. You have to get that entity from somewhere. You have to get that. We've already been talking. If you go months back on this channel, I talked about vengeful ghosts from improper burial rites. But things could be worse, right? Okay, so things are pretty bad. You are wounded and it's going to take some time to heal. Although your grief is fresh, trust that it will pass. You got to think, they don't expect Pisces to know these things, but yet you've got reader after reader talking about Pisces is going through dimensions and shit in their sleep. Okay, great. An INFJ is consciously unconscious. I can drop down into a meditative Zen state, awake. Simple enough. That inner light awakening of the INFJ is essentially truth. The light is not scary, it is inviting. I just made a video. Anyone who has taken, that's going to be another issue that a lot of people aren't going to be able to accept. Terrence McKenna, he promoted the reckless use of psychedelics. We'll just leave it at that. What did that end up? I mean, you're opening doors. This shit's called a fey trap for a reason. There are ceremonial rituals that go along with that plant medicine for a reason. When how many people have you heard that have taken DMT and broken on an entity? And it's like, what do you do? You're not supposed to be here. You weren't invited. You're not supposed to be here. Okay, they can't all be having that same trip. Great. What does your astral vision activate? What are you able to see? What dimensions are you able to, what veil are you able to look through? What unseen realm are these readers talking about? There being an earth angel with the gift of sight to see. Who are they talking about? Where is this individual? Does Reiki for astral sight exercises always guarantee that you're going to be able to develop that ability? No, it takes 6 months. The Knowledge Keeper was very specific. When that was translated to me by his grandson from Bulgaria, whatever, who knows what language that was, he would give the lesson, the kid would translate it. He was very specific on the fact that if you don't, that was the key point, was being able to tell the physical from the non-physical once you activate that shit. And if you don't spend 10 minutes a day for 6 months, you're not going to be able to activate that ability. It will take at least a year, right? But the focus has to be so strong. Okay, cool. The INFJ, not to fucking show any favoritism, however, the dual brain function that these individuals have of being able to, they're born aware. They have an ability. Their little superpower is just the extra edge you need to get that shit done. Did it take me longer than 6 months? Yes. Do I have to practice regularly? Because if you don't use it, you lose it. Yes. Does it enhance other abilities? Beyond anything you can possibly imagine. There are things that each of you can do that no one else can do. And when you enhance that, it blows people's minds. Simple enough. That way you don't end up where we all started here. I really don't want to do it, but I am. Scotty P! There is a point where only listening to your higher self can lead to being impulsive, and right now, you're swerving like the pizza mobile after Argyle's smoke break. Consider taking a pause to assess your priorities, using logic and common sense instead of raw determination. So I hear they're out there in the middle of raw determination to reverse the karma that they wanted to put onto another. Think about that. You have individuals digging in the depths of trying to create some kind of magic illusion to reverse the karma backlash. Number one, they tried to attach their karma to an individual. It went back on them, and they're trying to reverse it again, racking up lifetimes of karma. Can't do anything about that. What do you think they're fighting about? They're coming to the realization of, oh no, what have we done? Good question. Only time will tell. Namaste.